It's nice today to do this again in front of my camera monitor to see what we're doing during shooting any model, anything inside the studio. By composing frame as a beginner videographer, understand the role of thirds. Draw in your imagination two vertical and horizontal lines that cross your frame to make the video deeper and more engaging. Place people, animals, or other main characters at the intersection of these lines. Some cameras have a girl feature that can also help you with this. Thank you very much, my friends. Have a good day and have a nice Sunday. Thank you very much, my friends. Have a good day and Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Good afternoon, my friends. Today, Thursday, I'm doing right now triple cam, Canon R with Canon 85mm, Canon 80D with Tamron 18-200mm, plus Sony A7 II with Sony Zeiss 24-70mm. Fotógrafo, Joe Studio, Manhattan, New York City. Welcome to my studio. 7 tips to help you take better photo of markets. Markets are one of my favorite places to photograph, whether I am at home or abroad. The opportunities for photos are endless, and they are a great place for capturing the hustle and bustle of a city. This is often where you will see a real glimpse of everyday life, away from the tourist hotspots, but low light condition, not mention the amount of shoppers and visitors, can make markets challenging places of photograph. Here are 7 tips to help you capture better photos of markets. Look for moments. One of the great things about photographing markets is the opportunity to capture fleeting moments, like, for example, the interaction between a vendor and customer or the vendor making something. These moments that are often missed by the naked eye are unique. So, capturing them in a photograph gives the viewer a real glimpse into everyday life. The key is to be patient and wait for the right opportunity to present itself. If the vendor isn't busy, start by talking to them. Ask them questions and at the end ask if it is okay to take some photos. Not only will you have their blessing, but it will mean you can take your time. Be aware of not getting in the way of their customers or interrupting them if they are making a sale. After all, this is their job. Be patient and wait for the right moment to capture those fleeting moments. Thank you very much. Number 2, raise the ISO setting. Often your biggest challenge when photographing markets is the low light conditions, as most markets are usually covered indoors. To ensure that your photos are sharp and avoid camera shake, you need to make sure you have a fast enough shutter speed to freeze the action while hand holding the camera. Often this can only happen if you raise your ISO setting. Your aim should always be to only raise your ISO to the minimum you need to allow you to capture the photo at the shutter speed you require. Remember that the higher your ISO, the more noise you will get in your photos. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Good afternoon, friends. Today is Saturday. I'm doing again triple cam Canon R with Canon 85mm, Canon 80D with Sigma 35mm, plus Sony A7 II with Sony 35mm. Fotógrafo, Joe Studio Manhattan, New York City. Welcome to my studio.
In Nourisha Farms, we sell quality items, especially in our deli department. We have a world-renowned chef, Mr. Joe. He has his training from Rome, Italy, born in Egypt, but he got this training the cuisine in Rome. So he's a very, very, very top chef. And he makes a great lunch and dinner in our hot food bar. Please stop by our store and try our food. It is delicious.
خليك